Hey guys, it's Miki Smart here, and today I'm going to be reading a Kenma Kozume ex-listener. This one is titled 7 Things, and this is a streamer Kenma AU where he is a streamer. And to make up for the fact that I hit you guys with 2 angst videos, I'm going to be posting 2 fluff videos today, so don't worry, there's no angst today. This one is a Kenma one, and then later I'm going to be posting a Tsukishima one because we love Tsukishima on this channel. I'm speaking really fast because I want to get this over with quickly. And, you know, I have like 40 videos of Tsukishima on here, so I really have to like, you know, maybe make it to 50 if we don't know. Anyways, this intro is getting kind of long for no reason, so without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Name 7 things about your crush. The suggestion sticks out like a sore thumb, making Kenma regret his earlier decision to let the viewers decide what he would talk about while he was playing. I don't have one, he mumbled into the speaker, trying his best to move past the subject. But you just talked to me about her yesterday. Kenma furrows his brow in annoyance, taking a quick look at the username. He clicks his tongue when he realizes it's Kuro, inwardly slapping himself for forgetting that his friend had an off day today. The comment section blows up with nearly everyone, all 7,000 so far, of them, watching, telling him to stick to his word and take their suggestion. He makes a mental note to himself to ban Kuro from the comment section after that game. But so far, it looks like he has no choice but to abide by his earlier promise. He sighed, eyes glued onto the screen, fingers shifting fast on the keyboard as he tries to make a quick work of the enemy before he shifts his attention back to the problem at hand. They wanted to know 7 things he liked about you? It's a challenge, considering he himself hadn't really mulled it over yet. Or he was trying to, anyway. Not without a twist, though. Okay, but that's boring. How about I tell you guys some things I don't like about her instead? It wasn't really a choice for anyone, more of a rhetorical question. Kenma didn't even pay attention to the comments anymore. And despite his seemingly unbreakable concentration on his gameplay, he was more distracted than anyone could tell. Well, except, you know, for Kuro, who's been grinning as he was watching his best friend stream. Number 1, he mumbles dispassionately, the sound of shooting momentarily taking over the audio as he demolishes more of his enemies. I guess you could say I'm not too fond of the way she squeals when she's excited about something. Kenma remembers the high-pitched squeal you would let out when he got you a hoodie that you always wanted. His. He doesn't really get why you wanted it so badly, but given your constant whining about wanting to wear it, he figured that it wouldn't hurt to give it to you. Not that he particularly liked that hoodie anyways. An image of you wearing it straight after receiving it flashes in his mind for brief seconds. At least it looked good on you. He also notices that it's the only hoodie you wear now, and he likes that. You look pretty in it, he had told you. The way you smiled at his compliment sent his heart into leaps. Although, at that point, he still didn't understand why he felt the way he did. Why? Isn't that like a cute thing girls do? Kenma repeats the comments that are left by one of his fans. He sighs for what he feels like the 100th time on his stream. It hurts my ears, is all he responds to, before he adds on, but I guess it's a good thing. If I ever give her a present, all I gotta do is keep my ears open to know she likes it. Not spicy enough. Next. Kenma scowls as he sees Kuro's username, but keeps his disdain to himself. 2, the way she watches too many shows, and falls in love with way too many people. He laments, eyes trained on the screen, but his mind replays how many times he fangirled over men that don't exist, fawning over them, gushing about how much he wished real-life men were like that. So many unrealistic expectations, Kenma mumbles, more to himself than anyone else. Kuro picks up on it, though. If you're jealous, just say so. It takes everything in Kenma not to show outward displeasure. He pretends to not see his friend's remarks and continues on. Next, she's always too hard on herself. He chuckles at that, always thinking that she's bothering everyone she's talking to. Thinks that they'd rather talk to someone else but her. It's frustrating because I'm her best friend, you know. Why would I think she was a bother? Kenma doesn't notice how much more he's talkative than usual. His glassy eyes miss the comments of his friend's offers. A flurry, uh-oh, you let it slip who it is, and ooh, sounds like they're in love. 4, she's terrible at games, he murmurs. He recalls the memory out loud to everyone watching. How you were playing a co-op shooting game with him, a 2 versus 2 against Kuro and Bokuto. Kenma was winning against Kenma was winning against them. Kuro was good, but never as good as he was. And Bokuto, well, he was goofing off somehow. You were trying really hard, and Kenma could see that, but your anxiety would turn at every corner as you coupled with your clumsy fingers, causing you to kill your own teammate. Kenma had to wait a week for his account to be unbanned because Bokuto jokingly reported him for saying one profanity. One. Kuro and Bokuto always held that over his head, especially since they put a bet on it. If Kenma lost, which he did, then he'd have to wear cat ears for a whole week at university. It was childish, but Kenma expected more from his friends. But that much Kenma expected from his friends. One good thing came out of it, though. You felt so guilty that you insisted on accompanying him. Both you and Kenma wore cat ears to school for the entire week. The only thing Kenma liked about it was that he could relish on the precipitation that the other one might have of the two of you, that you were together. That was actually the closest thing to being with you that Kenma had ever gotten. For once, Kuro didn't have anything to say. Kenma could only hope that it's because he suddenly had to go to work. Either way, it was a relief. What else is up there? Kenma thinks out loud, choosing to ignore the comments that were now flooding the page. Number 5. She's way too gullible. The kind who would give a robber their money if they batted their eyelids at her. Kenma still remembers all the times that you chose to forgive the people that did you wrong, when all they did was say a simple apology. Heck, sometimes they didn't even apologize. They would just lack any sort of remorse, and yet you'd still choose to forgive them. He didn't know what went through your head sometimes. So soft-hearted. Soft-hearted, I don't know if it sounded like I said that. He doesn't give his viewers any explanation for that, though. Next, 6, was it? A yes sir comes from a random viewer and Kenma thinks hard, maneuvering around some close calls in his video game. I guess I don't really like how you can see, or how she can see right through me. Kenma exhales deeply, thinking about all the times that you would call him out on things. You are way too perceptive for comfort. The way you can see how frustrated he gets at himself sometimes. The way you can manage to see through his act of nonchalantness at least 90% of the times in different situations, which always makes him more self-conscious. It's not necessarily bad though, he just wasn't used to it. He sees the finish line to this little confessional and decides to sprint towards the last point. Last but not least, Kenma continues, shooting the last enemy and winning the game, before putting his controller down and leaning back against a chair, swiveling it once before looking to the camera for the first time in his stream. I don't like how she makes me feel. After an influx of comments about how confused each and every one of his viewers were, Kenma relents. He supposes that he should clear things up and explain. You might end up watching it watching this and deciphering everything, and may or may not overthink each and every point that he made. But it's at this point that he catches his door opening quietly, with you peeking in as a form of asking if it was alright to come in. Kenma flashes you a soft smile as he notices you were wearing his hoodie again, more than happy for your good timing. He gestures to you to let yourself in before returning to his camera and resuming where he had left off. A good summary would be, 1. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and that's actually kind of endearing. 2. She may fall in love with too many fictional men, but I think that just means that she has a really big heart, and I like that about her. 3. She may overthink a lot of situations, but I personally love how considerate she is for all the people that she talks to. Besides, I'll always be there to reassure her if she thinks negatively about herself. Kenma's eyes shift away from the camera and fall onto you, who was settling on the chair across from him, head tilted and eyes widening in confusion, no doubt wondering what he was up to. He grins a little at the next point. 4. She may suck at co-op shooting games, and he doesn't miss the way you furrow your eyebrows when he says that. But that just means that I always have fun with her, and she's not terribly competitive, you know. It's always a good time with her. He can see the way that you are visibly softening, biting your lower lip to keep yourself from grinning once you realized where he might be going with this. 5. She may be gullible, but at least I admire how trusting she can be, even after all she's been through. Kenma continues, and this time he's aware of how deep his smile is, thinking of all the times that he thought you were too good for this world. 6. I may feel a little too transparent around her, but that's one of her good qualities. She takes the time and effort to understand me, like how she didn't quit no matter how frustrating I was when we first got to know each other. At this moment, both you and Kenma chuckle, and you know exactly what the both of you are thinking right now. The first time the two of you met, thanks to Kuro, who had brought you along for dinner that night. Seeing how you were a good friend of his who had just gotten dumped by an asshole. He didn't want to leave you alone at a time like that, and Kenma was very glad for that. Even if your first meeting resulted in you thinking Kenma was rude for not responding to you very much. Kenma was stressed out about everything in his life at that point, so he didn't exactly blame you for mistaking it for rudeness. How far the two of you had come 2 years later. The last one? I hate how she makes me feel, Kenma says, looking into your eyes. I'm scared because I've never felt this way about anyone before, and I hate being terrified, but maybe for her, it's worth it. He doesn't give a proper ending to the stream, instead just shuts his laptop and begins to get a better view of you. Kenma didn't really think about what he would say. He wasn't counting on you coming here halfway. So, he said, taking in a deep breath. Kuro told me to come over here ASAP, so I thought it was an emergency. You both laugh. Of course, Kuro had something to do with this. Maybe it was a good thing he hadn't banned Kuro after all. I know this doesn't constitute as an emergency. Kenma reaches over the table to put his hand on top of yours. But I couldn't keep my feelings to myself anymore. In your sheepish grin, he hints that you might feel the same way for him. In a sheepish grin, he gets the hint that you might feel the same way for him. Well, maybe next time you confess to the girl first instead of telling thousands of viewers about it who aren't her, he suggests, squeezing his hand. Kenma grins wider. Something tells me there won't ever be a next time, though. You both get what he means by that. Kenma stands by his statement. He doesn't think he'll ever love anyone but you, after all. Oh my god, that was so cute. Oh my god. Oh, that was really sweet. Please, you can't tell me that wasn't cute as shit. You can't tell me it isn't, because it is. Oh my god, that was cute as fuck. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and have notification bell so you're notified every single time I post a video. And also like the video if you like this cute ass Kenma fluff. Oh my god, that was really cute. That was really cute. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.